good sales receipts of about 27 million in the quarter, which was the first quarter where we were almost kind of even what we spent to what we sold.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Adriatic Metals CEO Laura Tyler. Laura, great to speak with you again. You're out with your activities report for the final quarter of 2024, and really a milestone quarter as you transition from a development stage company to a metals producer.
Yes, thank you, Stephen. It's been an interesting quarter four. We've improved our safety performance over the course of the quarter, which is always important to make sure we get everyone home safely every day. And on the production front, we've seen a significant increase in production and concentrate sales as we've continued to ramp up. So the silver equivalent output is up almost 2.5 times compared to quarter three. We'll continue to see that rise. That's meant we had sales receipts, good sales receipts of about 27 million in the quarter, which was the first quarter where we were almost kind of even what we spent to what we sold, which has been really great. So 73,000 tons of ore mined and 48,000 tons of ore milled with some great head grades and recoveries steadily improving month on month. So a pretty strong quarter and sets us up well for 2025.
And you say that operations are running 24/7 at the moment as you move towards commercial production, which is expected this quarter.
So yes, we did have some delays in quarter four. October we had heavy rains, which also saw us lose some of the access to the rail and the port. So we transferred across to trucks. That's gone really well, and we've still continued to get product out. And then in December we had a really heavy snowfall that caused us a little bit of a slowdown where we had to basically clear roads in order to maintain ore flow to the mill. So while yes, the processing plant has been running 24/7, just like the mine has been for a number of months now, we did have a small break, which meant that we didn't get our 21 consecutive days that we need for commercial production. So had to kind of restart back to day one. So we're in flow for that now, and we expect to achieve that in quarter one instead of early January, which is what we were previously forecasting. But overall, it's going well. We did see some issues with some sticky ore and higher fines than we were expecting through our crusher. That's been solved, and we're now putting material into the plant at around a 40,000 tons per month rate, which is where we need to be. So I'm pretty pleased with what we're seeing at the moment.
Some other positive developments: construction is advanced at your Via Vacha tailing storage facility, and you've also completed a technical study on the Vareš processing plant expansion options. Could you take us through those?
Yeah, sure. So as you know, we got approval for the tailings facility back in October and started work straight away. Snow slowed us down a little bit. That 1.5 meters kind of snow, we had to kind of dig our way back in. But we've continued to push that forward. So we're monitoring tailings storage capacity, and we don't see any issues at this point. We're still using the temporary storage facility, and we expect to get Via Vacha receiving tailings in mid-February. So that's all on track and where we needed it to be. So that's going great. And then I forgot what the other half of the question was now. On the expansion plant. Yeah, so Ausenco completed their study in quarter four on the process plant expansion. Excitedly, with minimal capital, we could potentially move to 1 million tons. That'll be replacing a few pumps and the like. But for a relatively small capital investment of about $25 million US, we could probably get to 1.3. That'll require a bit of investment at kind of the front and the back end. So tailings capacity, production capacity, and some grind at the front. So that's where that investment would be needed just to push that through. But we don't need additional flotation. So really good option, some nice IRRs. We're doing the study now to make sure in parallel that we can actually produce the ore that we need. So we're looking now over the next little while at the mine and what would need to be different in the mine to meet that production rate of 1.3 million tons per year, which would be required. So it's work that we're doing over the course of the year. we're not about to start spending that straight away, but we do want to make sure that we have it ready, and where we see the possibility to get into that we do it sooner rather than later.
You ended December with a cash balance of $21 million, and since then you've completed a concentrate prepayment arrangement with Trafigura, giving you another $25 million. So sitting with $46 million this month, so positioning you well for the period ahead.
Yes, look, we pretty much run for the last 4 months. We're running kind of cash neutral, so we're basically our sales are covering our expenditure, so which puts us in a pretty good position to have not far short of sort of 46 million sitting in the bank as of today. As we look forward, we expect that to continue. We have our first debt repayment of 19 million at the end of March to Orion, and so between all of those balances, we're expecting to kind of stay basically sitting at about this level through to the end of half one, and then in half two, as we continue to ramp up and put more kind of silver equivalence ounces into the market, to see increased cash flow, and therefore start to build on those cash reserves. So appreciate Trafigura giving you agreeing to the prepayment. Really talks to the quality of concentrate we've managed to produce in Q4. So it's a bit of a vote of confidence in the team.
Well, after that successful fourth quarter, Laura, what does 2025 hold in store for Adriatic?
So 2025, I think, is going to be a great year. We have put together, a schedule that ramps up the plant, up to full throughput rates by Q4, and the mine. We've modeled the mine to kind of match that throughput and make sure that we maintain a sort of a 60 to 70,000 ton stockpile between the mine and the mill. That gives us capacity to manage any ups and downs that we see in the normal course of mining, and is about the right size for us. So we see a steady increase from one quarter to the next to get us through to that full production, and then through throughput rate, and then into 26 to run at that rate. Grades are looking good. We've seen some nice reconciliation on the grades that we've currently rolled, the mill material we've currently milled, and so we know we've got some good quality material sitting on our stockpiles. So we are making sure we optimize the stockpiles to push the grades through as much as we can do in half one. So it should means that we have a really pretty strong sort of 12 to 13 million silver equivalents for 2025, and then flowing through into the life of mine, we'll sit at around 11.5 million ounces per annum. So a bit of a sweetener up front always helps to pay off the debt, but we're seeing that flowing through 25 and 26.
Laura, I hope you'll keep us updated on any progress. Thank you for taking the time today.
No worries. Thank you for asking the question, Stephen. Appreciate your interest.
That's Adriatic Metals CEO Laura Tyler.